There it is, 3 weeks from tonight, the first Democratic debates right here on this network. It's a two-night event, kicks off Wednesday, June 26. Again, there may be periodic reminders on this network that this event is coming. Tonight, we're continuing our new series of reports, The Road to Miami, as our own Steve Kornacki breaks down everything we need to know about the critical states all along the teeming and vital north-south corridor of I-95. Last night, we were in the Granite State of New Hampshire. Tonight, we are crossing into the Bay State, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Still with us, a man who, like my own father, is a veteran, a native of Massachusetts, Steve Kornacki. Steve.
Brian, that's right. Well, I'm back in my home state. Very excited here. There is so much I could tell you about Massachusetts, about the Bay State, but let's stick to the politics. One thing on this road to Miami, heading south to Florida, there is probably not a bluer state that we will go through than Massachusetts. In fact, there was a book that came out a few years ago that called Massachusetts the bluest state. Here's one way to put that in perspective. What you're looking at here is the congressional district map for Massachusetts. You don't see any red here. 9 congressional districts right now, every one of them represented by a Democrat. And guess what? It has been this way for a generation in Massachusetts. The last time Republicans won a single House district in Massachusetts, you've got to go all the way back to 1994. Democrats are undefeated in House elections since then. No other state this big has a streak like that for Democrats. So Massachusetts produces a lot of Democratic politicians. It also produces a lot of presidential candidates. There are 3 candidates for president right now who are from the state of Massachusetts. 3 of them. Trivia question. Can you name them? Well, the first one, we all know, Elizabeth Warren. She's running on the Democratic side. Town hall here on MSNBC tonight. Who else from Massachusetts? Seth Moulton, congressman, one of those Democrats who's won congressional elections in Massachusetts. He's running, although he's got a big test ahead. First debate coming up in a couple of weeks. He may not qualify for that debate. He's going to need some big news in polling maybe, or donations the next week, or Moulton won't make it. And there is a third presidential candidate from Massachusetts. Who is it? It's not a Democrat. It's a Republican. It's one of the rare Republicans to actually win an election in Massachusetts. It's Bill Weld, the former governor of Massachusetts, running against Donald Trump in the Republican primaries. I say Bill Weld was governor of Massachusetts. He was governor of Massachusetts a while ago. You got to go back to the 1990s. He was elected in 90, re-elected in 94, and there have been a lot of different versions of Bill Weld since those gubernatorial days. Number one, he tried to become ambassador to Mexico. That's Jesse Helms, who blocked his appointment back in 97. By the way, look who's looking on there. That's Joe Biden. So he tried to be, did the ambassador to Mexico. That didn't work. Then he moved to New York. He ran for governor of New York in 2006, lost at the state Republican convention. So that one didn't work out for him. Then in 2016, he was the vice presidential candidate of the Libertarian Party, running with Gary Johnson. You see them together there. He's moved back to Massachusetts and now rejoined the Republican Party and is running for president, as we say, against Trump in the primary. So he's up against what is Weld up against in this challenge. Here's one way to put it in perspective. Here is Donald Trump's approval rating with Republican voters, 89%, and it's just constantly at that level his entire presidency. Presidents who have received challenges in their own party primaries, where were they with their own party's voters when those challengers emerged? Bush Sr., 73%. Carter was at 40% when Ted Kennedy ran against him. Gerald Ford was at 60%. You don't see numbers like that, like Trump's number from presidents who faced trouble. Look, Nixon was at 82%. That was not a challenge from Pete McCloskey that got much traction. So 89% Trump with Republicans. That is one heck of a hurdle for Weld to overcome. And what that translates into is, here's a recent poll out of New Hampshire. Trump 72, Weld 12. Republicans in New Hampshire, a lot of them have heard of Weld from his Massachusetts days. That's the kind of hurdle he faces there. Just a president who has a uniquely strong support with his own party. Outside the Republican Party, obviously, a different story. But Trump has a challenger, and he's from Massachusetts, so we thought we would share that with you tonight, Brian.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.